If you are a freelance editor or are thinking about becoming a freelance editor, I'm psyched in this video to share with you 4 of my favorite tools that you can use. Now, if you'd like to learn more about becoming a freelance editor, I have an excellent course all about how to launch your freelance editing career, including how to price things with clients and the information you need to have from prospective clients before you get started. As a freelance writer, editor, and virtual assistant over the last 6 years, the tools and software that I have found to help make the job easier are instrumental in being able to do jobs effectively. So one of the first tools that I want to share with you is Copyscape. Copyscape is especially important for any material that is going to be posted on the web. It basically checks that material to make sure that it is not duplicate content. Duplicate content is a huge no-no in the online space. It can actually lead to your clients' website kind of being blacklisted from the Google search results, and it can be really damaging as far as trying to improve their search engine rankings and also coming off as credible, because essentially it's seen as stolen content. Sometimes people don't know any better and they hire writers who produce duplicate content, and the client doesn't know about Copyscape, so they don't run it through and identify that it's duplicate content. But it is a great tool to use for any material that's going to be posted on the web, because they charge based on the length of the material. So it usually costs like 7 cents for a typical blog that I'm going to run through Copyscape. Of course, longer pieces of content, those are usually like 600 words or so. So longer than that, it increases accordingly, and you can visit their website to learn more about their pricing. I've been using Copyscape the entire time I've been in business as a freelance writer and editor, and I strongly recommend it for what you get. It's a great price. Another tool that I love that you don't have to pay for unless you absolutely need to is Grammarly. Grammarly is a tool that looks for misplaced punctuation and other grammatical issues. The free version of it is not 100% accurate, but it's really great at calling your attention to mistakes. It will underline things in red when Grammarly thinks it needs to be different. Now, as an editor, sometimes you're going to override what Grammarly says. Sometimes I found that they like to place commas where they don't need to be, or they will want certain words to appear together when they're not really meant to be together. So those are just a couple of things to watch out for, but it is a great browser extension that you can install, and it will essentially take a look at everything, particularly online. Really helpful tool for getting that second set of eyes to look at your freelance editing materials to begin with. Another tool that you can use is called the Hemingway app. The Hemingway app goes a little bit deeper than Grammarly. Grammarly is mostly looking for materials that violate obvious grammar guidelines or punctuation rules. Hemingway app goes a little bit deeper, and that can still be a really excellent tool to find some of the problems in people's work. I would not rely on this as your entire editing infrastructure. Rather, this should be a part of your process that it's helping you do your job, but you still have to have great grammar, punctuation, and style knowledge as a freelance editor in order to be successful. The final tool that I love, which is also free, is Toggl. It's spelled Toggl. It is a time tracking application. A lot of editors work on hourly based projects for their clients, which just makes sense because sometimes it's really hard to tell how long it's going to take you to edit something. And Toggl is a great way for you to set up different tags and colors for working on different projects, and you can run reports for your clients very easily. I use Toggl every single day. I track everything that I do inside of Toggl, and having particular tags for certain clients where I need to capture things on an hourly basis is really, really helpful, because otherwise, if I was keeping track of that on a piece of paper, I'd probably lose it. It wouldn't be accurate. And it's a little timer that's running there in the background, and I think it actually helps me be more productive as well. As a freelance editor, are there other tools that you love to use? I'd love to hear about them in the comments.